Too early. No,
Hey, Jesse.
Hey. Hey. Hello.
I didn't even got my headphones on. I'm going to take this off first, but hey, we're in October. And
Hello.
in honor of Geen, should I say that? I don't want to get canceled. Okay, so
not in honor.
here we go. We're wearing Silas's,
This makes you want to do the little tongue thing.
We're wearing Silas's Leatherface mask just for a few seconds here. We are in October, and we got to be goofy and scary for just a minute, and then we're going to take these off. This is raw, uncut, and unedited. Jesse, what you drinking?
Something Vista Bay that you had in the fridge. I hadn't even popped it yet.
I'm having a lime Vista Day in this really pretty cup. Jesse bought me. It's so pretty. Okay, I got it. Master coming off.
I might leave mine on, dude. I feel like I fit the part here. Hang on. Can I drink out of it? I can't even drink out of it. Huh?
I think I just ripped off my eyelash.
William eyelash. William Defoe eyelash, the third.
All right, so now, here we go.
Hey.
There we go.
I mean, I feel like goofy here.
I got to put on headphones. Hold on.
I feel like a goofy goober here. It's kind of cool, man.
Goofy gooberson.
Kind of cool goofy. A little
I don't know if I'm going to be able to wear a hat with my headphones on. Can you hear me, sir?
I ain't hearing nothing, but I don't care.
All right. You need to take that off. 'Cause we got a 30-minute episode to record here.
Okay. All right. Well,
I don't think this is going to work with headphones.
Lindsay wanted to play.
Yeah. I can't hear you or myself.
Hang on.
Let's get the sound adjusted now that we've goof-booted.
Okay.
Here, give me him. Give me him.
Okay. I can hear myself now. Okay. I couldn't hear fuck.
Here, Silas. Come grab these. And
Put them
back
We're having
on your
fun.
mannequin head.
This is.
Well,
For
first
what?
of all,
To
the
say-
mannequin heads are right over here.
To say Ed Gein. So, I think when you say Ed Gein,
I can't hear. I can't hear me. I can't hear me.
What about now?
Hello. Can y'all hear me? You're not going to answer me.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah. So here we go.
There you go.
Which goofing?
Which boof gootin? Is that good?
Yes.
Your audio is right. And
my audio is right.
Okay.
I can see. I'm pretty sure I pulled off half my eyelash.
It's a production.
But you can't see my face that close yet. So it's a production.
Yeah.
Welcome to Drunk About Something, raw, unedited, and uncut recap. And today we're going to recap Lizzie Borden.
Oh, that was the place that we stayed at, the thing that you made me do, and you made me do the thing.
We're going to recap our whole vacay on our next video. But Jesse, so I told him that we were going to cover Lizzie Borden in Lizzie Borden's house, and he booked it, did the whole thing, had no idea what happened in that home.
And it was really hard to not pay attention to all the stuff that was just cascaded upon my
when you walk
person.
in, because you got to, hold on. You got to check in the evening. So when you walk in, it looks just pretty much like a spooky bed and breakfast. But until you see the bodies hanging out, there's a couple of them. Jesse sat right by Andrew. He didn't know. How did you feel? How did you feel about that, sir?
Lindsay.
What?
Why? Did we? Okay.
You loved it.
I did. I had a great time. I did. So we showed up a little early before check-in time. It was like 6 o'clock. And we went next door, which was that I was like, dude, we got to talk to this guy next door. And it was closed, but he opened up. He's like, come on in, and told us about so many cool things. And then he's like, there's a Portuguese restaurant over here. You need to go do that. And I was like, Portuguese food, dude, I'm down.
Fall River Grill.
So good.
Ask for Natalia.
So good. And And everybody's like, dude, like my sister and then Lindsay was like, look at these girls they're so beautiful. And I was like, yeah. And I started doing the cake thing. I was like, look at all the cake. And Lindsay's
He was
like,
being inappropriate.
yeah. Lindsay's like pointing out the cake.
But I liked it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we don't want to objectify women.
We didn't.
No.
I don't think we did.
No, she was super
It was just,
nice,
like,
super sweet.
Beautiful, nice people. And the food was amazing. And I did flirt a little bit so I could get a Long Island iced tea.
To go.
And I told Lindsay, I was like, I know this isn't cool for me to say this, but I'm going to say this. I'm going to be like kind of just goof booting a little bit. You know? And so I was like, yeah, Long Island iced tea. That'd be cool if you can do one to go. And she's like, okay, that is okay. And it was really cool. Really cool. We got done eating, and then we came back and checked into Lizzie's.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, I had to turn off the vibration because it was buzzing on the counter.
Checked in, got up into the room, everything loaded in. And Lindsay's like, don't walk around, don't look at shit, don't blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
because there was crime scene photos and things like that he could see. And I was like, I got to tell you this story before you explore the house.
Yeah. But we had already we had to walk through the living room and the setting area and all that. So there's a couch and I'm just like hanging out and there's like this mannequin thing all laid over. Like, I'm like, Lindsay, what am I doing here? Yeah.
And if you follow us on Instagram, I did post that video yesterday. Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah.
Friday, October 10th.
So I didn't know. And then we went upstairs and then you destroyed me. Destroyeth. We met some cool people there too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Everybody's like-minded. Like they're having fun and she's telling the story. Well, tell the story a little bit.
Well, one couple that was there, we'll say we had just came from Salem to Fall River. And then they were leaving Fall River to go to Salem. So and Silas actually befriended that couple. They were super sweet. They did the breakfast package. I think they were the only ones.
Yeah.
Because we just went next door to the coffee shop. And I'm going to talk about these panic attacks more in our vacation recap. But due to panic attacks I had, I was limiting my caffeine. And I was really sad because I wanted to try some of their coffee. But I did get a cranberry orange muffin. It was delicious. Silas got chocolate chip. What did you get? Did you get coffee?
Yeah, I got a coffee from there. That was it.
And then sister-in-law got one of their croissants and said it was the best, flakiest croissant she had ever had. So she got a croissant sandwich. But okay, so recapping Lizzie. Hold on, we got to get the boy out of the room. Bye. Your what?
He's looking for his cup.
Oh, you put it in the fridge. Your Oogie
Hurry up,
Boogie?
grab your cup so we can get off into this stuff.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? The mask that we were wearing, Silas knows all about.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny. And the bad part about it is we didn't lead him to that. He found all this on his own. He just could not get away from it. His infatuation.
Oh, and he has the best time when we take him to horror cons.
Well, okay, we led him to that.
Oh yeah. But I mean, we did one by ourselves, and then we took him to 3 more.
Yeah, and growing up, these kids we ran haunted houses and everything, so we were around all this stuff.
Yes.
But as far as portraying all the movies and all the things, he kind of just gravitated toward it anyhow. So.
He's been obsessed with Halloween masks since he was in diapers. I literally have a YouTube video out there of him running around in his pull-up in a clown mask.
Yeah, we called him Silas of the Lambs.
Yeah.
That was the video.
Silas of the Lambs. Another Ed Gein. So, first of all, before we dive off into Lizzie, real quick, you guys comment on this video and tell us what you think about Ryan Murphy's monster series about Ed Gein. We're conflicted because a lot of it is inaccurate, but we are very impressed with the production and how he tied in Alfred Hitchcock, and then the guy that made, I didn't catch his name, and I should know this, but the guy who made Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and then the whole Buffalo Bill. So tell us what y'all thought about the series. I did see that a lot of people were on my level about Ed Gein and were conflicted about their sympathy towards him. Yeah. And I felt that. I felt seen. I felt heard. because I do. I know he did terrible things, but I have a lot of sympathy for that man. And doesn't excuse what he did. Don't feel bad about that. I don't sympathize with that part, but I sympathize with the way that he was raised and the isolation that he just dealt with his whole life. I really sympathize with that.
I wasn't looking for any historical nostalgia type things myself to hang on to. I kind of wish it was a little bit more accurate, but at the same time, if I wouldn't have known the story,
a lot of things,
it wouldn't have mattered so much, you know?
Yeah, a lot of things were accurate, but a lot were not.
So from an outside perspective, I think it fits everybody, whether you know the history on it or not. So it was a good watch to watch that. And then check out the pod that we did too. So
absolutely, ours is accurate. It's accurate as I got most of my information from the book by Harold Schechter, Deviant, and he does a really good job with putting historical facts into his books and making them very accurate. So now on to Lizzie. So we're gonna start in 1892 when everything happened. So Andrew, he is the Bordens, period, were a prominent family in Fall River. Andrew owned a lot of businesses, had a lot of rental properties and other real estate endeavors. And then he marries Abby, who came from after his first wife passed away, which was Lizzie and Emma's mother. Abby also belonged to one of the other very rich families in town. And for most of their lives, Emma and Lizzie called Abby mother. And then I don't know if it was a couple of years or a year or so before the murders happened, Lizzie started calling her Mrs. Borden because Andrew had given her family a rental property and was helping them out financially, and her and Emma both did not like that. So
some of that, it didn't really feel like you were trying to put seeds into an explanation or a motive behind any of that, because it just seemed like family stuff.
It was family shit. All families have strife.
And they had the rental property. He sold it to them for $1, and then it wasn't working out for them. And we talk about all that. Mm-hmm. And then he got it back, right?
Yeah, he bought it back from them for almost double its value.
Yeah.
So they had money. They had money in the bank.
But at this time, they're spinsters, so they're older women.
Yes. Yeah, they are 40 and 30. Emma's 40, and Lizzie is 32. Mm-hmm. That is well beyond the age of marriage for a Victorian era woman.
So I don't feel like their dad was holding on to anything, wishing that he had made an empire by a marriage or something, because that was a big thing throughout history where hey, my daughter can marry this guy and we can be even richer and we have more stuff. He was already prominently successful. They were millionaires for the time. They in today's
he was a legit million. I mean, well, yeah. In today's money, what he had would have equaled multi-million dollars.
So he was fine with his daughters living there. They're just older and they have family stuff. It didn't seem like there was anything deep seated for her.
And they had separate lives. Emma and Lizzie did their own thing. Abby and Andrew did their own thing. And then they had the maid. Like I said, I thought this was really shitty. Her name was Bridget, but they called her Maggie because that was the name of the previous maid. And I think that's really shitty. Yeah. She had her own name. She had her own identity. But there was a lot of people like that back in the day. They looked at maids as, a
little snobby there.
They looked at maids as just people,
help.
They were just the help. They were the help.
Yeah.
That made me think of we're watching Blood of My Blood, which is a spinoff of Outlander, and she says that she's like, I can go with you. I'm just the help. You have to watch it to see it, but what was her name? Julia says, I'm the help. I won't even get noticed.
Right.
And that's how it was. But so, before the murders happened in the home, Emma and Lizzie had went away. Lizzie was back home. Emma was not. And then Uncle John comes to town. And Uncle John, I don't know. It wasn't Uncle John. So Andrew, Abby get really sick. Andrew and Abby get really sick a couple of times. Abby feels that the family is getting poisoned because Andrew has enemies in town. The doctor's like, no, you're eating food that should have been thrown out because Andrew was too, I'm at home now. Andrew was too cheap.
Oh, and I wasn't supposed to say that shit, but I did.
Yeah.
While we were there. Why is that a thing? You're not supposed to say it while you're there. If you guys go, don't say the cheap word, right?
Right. Yeah. Don't call him cheap while you're there. Say he was frugal.
But why is that? You're not
because you don't want to invoke Andrew's spirit, and make him mad.
Yeah, you couldn't bring Ouija boards there.
But people did have spirit boxes
downstairs. They were walking around doing tours, like in the house, like up till like 12 o'clock or something that night. Walking around, they had their whole things. Or is somebody want to talk to me? And I was all like, "This is crazy. This is cool. I watched them for a minute, but I was like, I'm kind of creep bagging, like let them do their thing, you know."
And I just gotta say, I slept like an absolute baby in that house. Now we had some drinks, and I did take my ashwagandha, but I felt zero bad energy in that home. None.
And we were on the road so much before that. Our real break was Manhattan because we had 2 days.
Yeah.
Like 2 days stop in Manhattan. We'll talk about that too in another video. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The recap of the trip that we're going to do. That's going to be cool.
That was a weird sound.
It was a whistle. That's a cool cup. Coworker of mine made that.
It is a very cool cup. And the lid is like bubbly and bedazzled. It's really cool. And the glitter moves.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they're sick. They feel like they've been poisoned. Doctor says, no, you just got to stop eating this leftover food. Like they left fish out. I think it was swordfish and ate it. Like without any preservation, without any refrigeration.
It's not good.
They had eaten mutton stew that had been just on the stove, just simmering for days.
Nothing from nothing equals mutton. You gotta have mutton.
So then they all get sick. But Lizzie and Bridget get mildly ill compared to Andrew and Abby's like hurling in the backyard. Okay. Then Uncle John comes to town. He stays one night and then he goes off early the next morning, goes and runs some errands. And, then Abby, she gets offed with a hatchet. And then about an hour and a half after her death, Andrew comes home for lunch. He went to work that day. He came home for lunch and he wanted a little nap. And then he gets offed.
And might I add, horrifically.
Oh, his face.
Both
I
of
do
them.
say it in the episode. It's hamburger.
She showed me the pictures of it. And we talked about all that. And Lizzie was just doing home stuff. Like, she went outside. She was checking out some fishing lures, right? And she picked a pair. And
she ironed a handkerchief.
Washing the windows outside. So people weren't inside the house. They were doing stuff, you know?
Well, Bridget had been instructed by Abby. She wanted the windows washed inside and out. So that's what Abby was doing. Bridget was doing that morning. And probably pissed off about it because she was sick. She was sick as a dog. And when Andrew came home for his little nap, Lizzie had told her, or Andrew, one of the two had told her it was okay for her to go lay down because she was still ill. And she had done washed all the windows in the house. And I was there. There's a lot of windows. There's a lot. If you're sick, that ain't fun. So like no sooner had, like Andrew had just got home. 10 minutes later, Bridget's laying her head down and bam, she hears Lizzie screaming, "Come help. Father's been hurt."
Yeah.
Somebody came in and killed him.
Called the doctor to come over.
To come over. And Lizzie was hysterical. Some reports will say that she was just nonchalant. Well, that was because Dr. Bowen gave her morphine.
Well, if you had seen the horrific sight that she had seen,
Yeah.
I mean, she was blowed up. I mean, completely.
I wouldn't know
shattered.
and her wording is very strange to me too, because I probably, like, especially Victorian era women, I'm surprised she didn't faint at the sight of his face. Yeah. It's terrible. Like, one of his eyes was chopped in half. But Dr. Bowen gave her morphine to calm her nerves, and then caffeine powder to keep her alert for questioning by the police.
Yeah, that's the whole up and down, in and out situation. And then you're trying to put together all the questions that are berated on top of you.
Like, what were you doing? Where were you at?
It did seem shady. You know, we talked about all the questioning and what she was talking about, and eventually led up to her being accused of it, right?
Yes, because they could not. Well, actually, they could. There was people that came forward and admitted to it, and they had dismissed them. Yeah. Then, so basically, because now Emma's home, now Uncle John's back, and Bridget and Lizzie are all suspects. And because Bridget said that Lizzie had been at the top of the stairs when Andrew came home laughing, I think that was one of the key points of her of her being accused, of her being like, they were like, you did it.
I think it was more hysteria, you know.
That too. Oh God, like that. There were over 1,000 people gathered outside their house within hours, just hanging out there like angry mob. Like, John tried to leave again and he couldn't. Like, it was just not safe to leave the house. People were bored. They didn't have much to do back in the 1890s. So Lizzie gets tried. I don't want to put every single detail in there because I do want you guys to listen to the full episode. Lizzie gets tried. And after, what was that? Oh, a little over a year and a couple of months.
Yeah, an amazing lawyer shows up. And
amazing lawyer.
Got her acquitted. So.
Yes, got her acquitted.
And then they sold all the stuff and got the inheritance, her and her sister. Mm-hmm. And then bought a beautiful home. What was it called?
Maplecroft.
Maplecroft. We should have, if we'd had more time. So if you ever go up to this bed and breakfast, it's beautiful. Spend a little bit more time than we did because there's so much to do there too. We
were going to New York City the next day, and we had a little drive. Yeah,
in and out. But go to the coffee shop next door, and which was I think a murder happened there too. So.
Yes, and we didn't get the history on that because we were kind of groggy the next day. We had some drinks the night before, so we could record because you couldn't drink in the house. So we had them beforehand. And one thing we do want to say about I don't know if it's all of Massachusetts, but in Fall River, you got to go to a liquor store to get seltzers.
Yeah.
You cannot get them at a little corner store. There's no alcohol there.
That was crazy.
We went to 5. Was it 5 total?
Yeah, it was like, okay, here's another one. Let's pull up here. Maybe they'll have some seltzers or drinks or whatever. Nothing. It was crazy.
Even a gas station. But nothing. Yeah, man, like an actual, design, because they had like bodegas and then they had gas stations. But we had to go to the liquor store, which was like not even that big a deal. It was like half a mile down the road.
So much on our trip that you get cultured a little bit on how the rest of the country is designed, and you have to be adapted to that. Mm-hmm. So, and Lindsay learned a lot too. I mean, that was really cool. And my sister, for sure. We were looking at each other and we were like, she don't get out much.
Yeah, we're a little bit more cultured, but I mean, it still was an area we've never been to.
Yeah. But beautiful. I mean, everything was gorgeous. Everybody was nice. So do go to the coffee shop, though, next door.
And go have
chat, you know.
Go have Portuguese food at Fall River Grill.
Check out, you can go to the graveside. You can go to the other house. Maplecroft. And check out the scenery, some of the history, whatever. And then you're right next to so much history, It's amazing. It's
a beautiful area with a beautiful river and a beautiful bridge that I hated going across because I have anxiety, but it's still beautiful. Yeah. Now, a couple of things, I had to make our episode and our coverage a little shorter than I would have liked to because of the situation we were recording in. But she had a couple of little Boston Terriers. And she lived her life well as could be expected for a spinster at her next house. But there were mean little kids that would show up at her house every day and sing the nursery rhyme, which is Lizzie Borden took an axe. Is it killed her mom with 40 whacks?
Yeah.
When she saw what she had done.
Then she gave her father.
She gave her father 41. I think that's the full rhyme
which
there.
isn't right, but it was cool.
Yeah, it's definitely not that many whacks, and it wasn't with an axe. So
for people to come up with something like that, I know it's so horrific, and you have to be around it. I would have left the town myself. If I'd have been acquitted from something that I was tried for, I would have had to leave the town.
Well, she ended up because she wanted, like I said, Andrew was cheap. They lived in their house was big, but it was still modest compared to what the other wealthy lived like in that area. And most of the wealthy lived on the hill. And that's where she wanted to go. That's where she went. And she had her dream home and
gatherings and parties.
That
rich people would want to do, And we kind of do feel like there might have been a relationship there too. Where there's rumors about Lizzie loving the ladies, and that's okay if she did. Yeah. And I hope that it wasn't, that was very taboo back then, but I hope that she did what she wanted to do. Yeah.
Because if y'all don't know yet, I don't think that she did it. And if she did, I don't think she did it herself whatsoever, because it's almost impossible. Yeah.
You can't get what happened off of you that fast. And then walk around and talk to people about it. I mean, even though she was on the morphine and the caffeine and all the fiends, but
literally,
you can't hide that. There's stuff going to be all over you because of how horrific, the situation was. So
yeah, because she had no blood on her. Yeah. She had not changed her clothing. There was not a drop of blood on her at all. And the only blood that came into evidence was her menstruation rags, because back in those days, you bled into rags. That's why it's called being on the rag. Right. You bled into rags, you put them in a bucket, and you kept them in the cellar.
And that should have been the end of that. It shouldn't even been in the question, but they hung on to that, of course.
Well, they really didn't. They did bring it back up, but it was dismissed because men don't like to talk about that shit.
I can hear the fizz.
You can hear the fizz?
Yeah, crisp.
Very crisp.
Crispy.
I'm going to raspberry now. I'm putting it in my little cup. Yes. But I do agree with Marcus from last podcast on the left. He says that nowadays, if that, those menstruation rags would have been studied thoroughly.
Yeah, to find out.
But and also the murder would have been solved, but it's not. It's never been solved.
I feel like it too. Like within 15 minutes now, with the technology now, it would have been solved within 15, 20 minutes. And it'd been like, no. Here it is.
But her house was torn apart in search of evidence. They did a lot of work for their time. A lot of work. But the fingerprinting wasn't a thing yet. Yeah. DNA wasn't a thing yet.
And the crab pot bull in the head wasn't a thing.
Oh my God. So I didn't mention this in the story either. I guess he was the medical examiner. After they had an open casket funeral, and if you look at crime scene photos, you'll be like, they did what? They had an open casket funeral for Andrew and Abby. And then the medical examiner took them off, let them out to rot for like 5 days, and then chopped their heads off and boiled them.
Yeah, during the trial, he displayed skulls. He had stripped all the meat off, and that's crazy to me.
And there was I don't remember the exact story, but in court there was abuse on an animal to the point of death because they were trying to figure something out. Their trial was wild.
Yes.
Read or listen to the audiobook, Kara Roberts, The Trial of Lizzie Borden. And check out our coverage on it. And then there's a couple of other podcasts that have a couple parts on it. There's a lot more information out there.
That shit made no sense.
No,
to kill a dog over that shit was what?
The trial was almost as, or was just as macabre as the murders, like 100%.
Yeah, I do feel like that too. It's like there's the whole B side, which was the trial, which is just as bad as the A side of it. You know, it's so bad.
It's like you're like, huh? What? Because Jesse wanted through our trip, he wanted to listen to some other people who podcasted about the same things that we have covered, just to hear their insights, and also it makes the trip go by faster. A lot of driving. I think you said it was a total of like 40 hours.
Yeah,
that we did.
Yeah.
Within 9 days. So, yeah, I mean, it really did make our driving time go by so much quicker because there was a lot.
It was nice.
Yeah.
I mean, everything after the first day was nice on our trip.
First day was wild. Yeah. So stay tuned for all of that because we're literally going to record that next. But we're going to wrap this recap up.
Okay. So check out our Lizzie Borden. Check out the Ed Gein stuff.
Check out the Ed Gein.
So, yeah, we're in season 2.
And leave comments about what you thought about Ryan Murphy's Ed Gein. So, on Netflix.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. He has a way of making things hard to watch and almost like you can't stop watching it at the same time.
Grotesquely grabbing.
Like me and Jesse were so uncomfortable in some moments.
Like, what? I want to know. Can we fast forward? No, I want to watch it.
We did skip a couple of parts.
Mm-hmm. Just a couple. But yeah, it was thank you for taking me to Lizzie's and telling a story.
Well, we took each other. You booked the room.
Well, baby, you presented it, the opportunity, and I jumped. And then you told me. Now I know.
There was a lot more haunted things that we did want to visit, but for time. I mean, like we did everything just right. Like we had no extra time.
Yeah,
we did everything that we wanted to do, that we set out to do. There was no extra time, or it would have been. We'd have had to done like a 12-day trip to do a couple of the other things.
Yeah, we fit in 8 days. What people normally take a month to do,
or a lifetime. Yeah.
So. Great trip. Great times.
Stay tuned for that recap. So this will be out. This is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. And then check out our recap of our adventure tomorrow on Thursday.
Adventure.
And then a whole new episode out on Friday. And a new band.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The music. The music. I'm here for the
Don't
music.
forget the music.
Yeah. So.
All right, we're going to wrap this up. We love you guys so much.
Yes,
and leave us your thoughts and comments on anything.
On anything.
Anything.
See you guys.
We're here. Ask us anything.
Anything.
Love you. Bye.